Hello and welcome to the Wise Guys Podcast. I am your host, Brady Fitzgerald, joined as always by my co-host, Chris Hagan.
You guys doing?
Doing well, Chris. It is Thanksgiving week. Happy what do they call it? They call Wednesday what, like Drinksgiving or something? All of us 20-year-olds want to go
I
out.
don't know.
No, my brother said it a
I
thousand
will be
times.
going out, but
Yeah.
I didn't know that there was a word for it.
Yeah, I thought it was like some Drinksgiving or whatever. But either
Sure,
way,
yeah.
Wednesday
Okay.
before Thanksgiving, big days tomorrow. We're excited to break down, looking in the upcoming weeks upcoming week for the NFL football, breaking down all the games. We'll be recapping the games as we do that, just because there's only one pod this week. But before we get into that, what are you doing for Thanksgiving? Just same old, at home?
Yeah, at home we got both sets of grandparents coming down, which is nice because usually we'll alternate years. So
Oh, okay.
usually it'll be 1 year we'll be here, and then the next year we'll go up to Pennsylvania. But this year we got everybody coming here to Annapolis for dinner. So I I just really wish my team didn't have to play because it set up such a perfect day if they just could cancel the 4:30 game. That would be everything would be looking upwards. But I'll try to not let that bother me.
The
Doesn't
so
usually
every
work out very well, but you never know.
Are you anticipating enough space? Is it just grandparents? Is it cousins coming? Is it
Yeah, no, just grandparents.
okay?
So
All
it'll
right, then
be
you should be fine.
the
Yeah,
five of us of my immediate family, and then the grandparents. So yeah, we'll be fine. It
yeah,
won't
that's not too
be
bad.
won't be too chaotic.
Yeah, I was
It's
thinking like
nice.
some cousins coming and stuff, and I was like, oh man, all coming to Annapolis. It's gonna be packed house
Yeah, no,
over
they're not invited.
there.
There's a cowboy cousin. He's not invited.
While we're talking about grandparents, I'll shout out your nana. She's always watching, always listening.
Winnie.
Winnie,
Yeah,
yes, Winnie Hagan.
he's always commenting.
Um,
Shout out grandma.
my parents came to Columbia, so I'm still here in Columbia. If you're watching on YouTube, and they've
It's a
been
sweet
doing
deal
it.
not having to travel. It's not a great
It's
travel week.
no, it's a terrible travel week. My freshman year, I flew home, I believe, because uh, there was no Clemson game at home. It was so I just went home, stayed
Yeah,
at
yeah.
home. Oh wait, well, and that was COVID year, so I just went home and stayed home all the way until uh, January.
Right, right.
So and then sophomore year, I went to my buddy Riley, my roommate Riley, at the time roommate Riley's Thanksgiving, and it was so weird. I didn't have any family. It was just his family. Like I had to FaceTime my family on Thanksgiving, talk to them for like 20 minutes. It was so weird. So they vowed to never do
Yeah.
that again afterwards. And decided to
Yeah, what do you even say on the phone? Like it's not a birthday or
no,
anything.
just like happy Thanksgiving,
Yeah.
and then just kind of hung up. But uh then last year they decided to drive down and get an Airbnb and do this thing. So now I convinced them to do it again
Mhm.
this year. My brother's in Alabama,
You're
so
not
it's
crashing at your place.
no, they don't want to crash in my place. I'll tell them that. And my brother's in Alabama flying helicopter, so he is a perfect middle ground. So he can just meet up in Columbia. My mom's
Oh,
already
he's coming up too.
yeah, he's coming up. Him and his girlfriend are
Oh,
coming
that's
up.
nice.
Yeah, they'll be up tonight. So they're excited. They're going. They're getting here at like 11 and want to meet me at Jake's downtown on. So
Parents hitting Jake's too.
I don't know. They definitely can, and they can bring dogs. They brought Gigi,
Uh,
so we have Gigi
Oh,
here.
there you go.
Not
I
not the
saw
other
the dog
two.
was down there.
Yeah, not the other two.
Yeah.
They got left at home. But my mom already the second she drove down, we're flying you home next year. We're not doing this again. We're not. And luckily, there's no Clemson game at home next year, so they can fly me home all they want.
Yeah.
I guess while we're on the Clemson game, I just want to mention that and I'm just gonna throw it out there that Mr. Trump will be in attendance. So come next Tuesday, there's gonna be probably next Wednesday. There'll be a great recap of the Trump game in Columbia.
Why this game? Is there a reason? I know he was at like Iowa State earlier this year.
He,
Is it
if
like
this
college football?
is, nah,
Like the rivalries?
this is what I've heard online, I don't know if it's true. The Republican woman, Haley something, graduated from
Nikki Haley.
Clemson.
Oh, she was the governor of South Carolina.
Yeah, former governor, and is going to be in attendance, I believe, as well. So the current governor
She's like,
invited
oh,
Trump to, I guess it's a Cox fan this week. So I don't know if that's a good thing or not for my school, but we'll see how they handle it. I
Well, that's an interesting thing for him. Like, if he's trying, this is some sort of political maneuver, I'm sure. But like, if he's trying to get people on his good side, who's he gonna root for?
I think he's rooting for Columbia.
Because
He's rooting for South Carolina. Yeah, because
what would you say? Like, what percentage of people in South Carolina? Like, what's the split there? It's got to be close to 50-50, right?
for Clemson, Carolina, yeah, it's right down the middle.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like this, and I don't know. Like, of course, I'm here, so to me, it's like this is probably the biggest I'm gonna see. So I don't know how rivalries are other places, but this seems like it seems like it's the world to these guys. Like coming in, Clemson and Carolina, both these guys. It doesn't matter what their record is ever. It's like they just want to kick the hell out of the other team. So I don't know what his move
Maryland
is
Rutgers
here.
is not like that.
Yeah, I'm sure it's not. I don't know what the gain is here for his political stance, but I guess he's rooting for South Carolina, which I don't know. I don't know if that's a good thing or not. We'll see. We'll see. I'm actually more
If he
excited.
just showed up in like a Rattler jersey.
Oh, I'd be all in. Not on him, but like all in on him rooting for us. I don't know why. I'd be kind of into it.
It'd be hilarious.
I want to see how the school handles it, because like, is the school gonna say like give a public announcement that he's here? Is they gonna like try to keep it under wraps? Is he gonna come out in the cockaboose? Like, are we gonna celebrate this guy? I have no idea what's going on. So that'd be interesting to see.
Great question.
All right.
It's like universities tend to be pretty left leaning, but the state as a whole is not.
That's the thing. It's like I'm pretty sure the university itself is very left leaning operated, but I think the way like the public views South Carolina, the university, is more right leaning. So who knows?
Oh, if he got on the field, that would be cool.
Could be
I think he should
opening up war. It could be opening up war if he's on the field. Who knows? I'm throwing on this blanket for anyone watching the YouTube. It's cold in here.
Batman's getting chilly.
Batman is getting chilly
in the back cave.
Yeah, no, I really am in the back cave today. I've been trying to fix the lighting. I'm just always in the back cave. It doesn't help that these stadium lights are right behind me.
Yeah, they're pretty imposing.
Do you want to let's just do college corner while we're at it.
Okay.
This basketball team is this is the only reason why I want to bring it up now. I just want to talk about this basketball team. I absolutely love this team.
We're in complete opposite boats with our basketball teams.
I know, and I don't know what happened. It's like we just like swapped bodies after last year because
it's like the Bizarro episode of
Seinfeld. Yes.
Jerry becomes Kramer and Kramer becomes Jerry.
Yes. This men's basketball team is now, they won the Arizona Tip-Off Challenge. Tournament down. First tournament in Lamont's career in Carolina down. I haven't seen a tournament win in 4 years. I haven't seen 5 consecutive wins in 4 years. This team got voted to be in the top 25 by 3 people. 3 people really? Voted them. This Notre Dame game is everything to me. And I have class, a presentation until 5:40. And normally I'm in line for games that start at 7 at like 5:15. So I have a buddy holding my spot. The plan is I have to wear a suit to this presentation. So like the plan is I'm going to drive to class, which I normally don't. I'm either going to run to the car and switch out the shirt for my jersey that I normally wear, or should I just rock the suit? Like I don't know what to do.
I would say you could dress up as Lamont, but that doesn't work. Right?
No, because he does quarter zips, which I actually wanted to dress up as Lamont because everyone in the cockpit's wearing quarter zips.
He's black.
Well, yeah, but I could still wear a quarter zip.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, no, I know what you're saying there, but let's. We already talked about Trump. Let's not talk about that part. But no, I wanted to get a quarter zip this week because I know my parents are gonna want to buy me something from the store, and I never know what to get. So I want to get a quarter zip and
There you go.
start wearing that to the games instead of my jersey. But the jersey's signed by the team, and like that's my jersey. Like they know me by the jersey. I don't know if I could switch it up.
Yeah. Yeah, you can't
So I think I'm gonna bring the jersey in the car, run to the car after class,
take the switch.
switch, and then run the line and hop in.
Yeah.
I might even bring like
Seems like a good
shoes, so I can, because I have to wear dress shoes, so I can like run, actually.
Right. What
Uh,
presentation are you doing that requires a suit?
this communications class that this teacher is like thinks it's the most important class in the world.
I took comm online during COVID, and I gave where I gave my speeches from.
Your bedroom, right here. Yeah.
Right here. I put my laptop right there. I honestly think I wore this sweatshirt during one of my speeches.
I probably did.
I might have slapped a polo on, but
It's like a business communications class, and it's like a project where we got to make a.
mm,
It's actually not a terrible project, but it's annoying work, tedious. All right, let's. Oh wait, do you want to talk about your team?
we're trash. They can't shoot, and
So
you can't just get better at shooting.
so far they're 2-3. Lost to a good
Their
Villanova
two wins
team,
are Mount St. Mary's and UMBC.
and their losses are UAB, Davidson.
Yeah, UAB was like 0-3. Davidson has all white people on their team. All of them are all white.
Oh man,
And they got bullied by Davidson. UAB, like I don't know how you
UAB is not
lose to
good.
teams
We
like
beat
that.
UAB last year.
Jelly Walker's not even there anymore. Like at least if he was there, it'd be like, okay, like he's kind of cool, but he's not even there. They
You guys,
don't have
you guys
don't have
made
anybody.
6 more 3-pointers that game than they did. You guys can't shoot free throws. Can't shoot from the field.
No, we're 346th in Division 1 in 3-point shooting.
God's sakes.
It's pretty bad.
What happened to all your shooters from last year?
Pretty bad.
They all
We
graduated?
couldn't shoot last year either.
Yeah, okay. All right, that's fair.
We just found other ways to win. And the one kid that we recruited to be the 3-point shooter tore his ACL in the summer. So it's not like you can't blame Willard that much for like not recruiting shooters. But you have one freshman, Kaiser, who has a good jump shot, and I think like just the more reps he's in, the more game situations he's in, he's gonna become like one of their only guys who can. But their other freshman, Harris Smith, is just a brick machine. And he's awesome. Like he's crazy athletic and he does a lot of things well, but he is just brick city from downtown. And the other guy that we recruited to be a shooter, Bachelor, he's a freshman last year, he's a sophomore this year. They've been trying to give him more minutes, and he can't shoot either. And it's like, buddy, how you got recruited to shoot threes? How can you not hit shots? It's infuriating.
So, looking forward, you guys have South Alabama and Ryder. You guys just got to look competent against them, right?
Big claps.
Yeah, you got to.
I mean, they whooped UMBC. Like the game looked closer than it ended up being, or the game looked closer than it really was. They were
Which
up
is funny
30 at
because it
halftime.
didn't look close. It doesn't look close on the box score either.
No, but yeah, they were. I think it was 57-27 at halftime.
Yeah, 24 by 30.
Yeah. So that was fun. But the season's not over, and they just have, with this many new faces, like they have 3 of the same starters, but only one guy off the bench that played last year. Everybody else is new. 3 freshmen that are getting minutes. So having a tournament against real teams that early in the season, I think worked against them. And I'm not making excuses because they've looked horrible. There's no excuse for looking that bad, but it definitely didn't help. So like having these get right games. Hopefully, by the time conference play starts in early December, and then picks up again in early January. Hopefully, they're at least competent again, to the point where like I'm excited to be there and watch. But we'll see. The conference is not that good this year. That's the other thing. But yeah, they look trash.
Yeah, you gotta get these next 2 games right to at least get some hope.
Yeah.
Get some hope back in the fan base.
Yeah.
Um,
Villanova won. They had 15 points in the first half.
oh,
15. It like them getting to 40 is it looks like they scored a lot of points.
sounds
I
like
mean, actually watch what was happening in that game. Like they scored a bunch in the last 2 minutes to get to 40.
Sounds like you're describing the Gamecocks team last year. Not where you want to be at. But
If they were losing if they were getting beat like 90-75 and couldn't play defense, it'd be like, all right, their defense is trash, but like at least it's a fun brand of basketball. This is the worst possible brand of basketball. Their strength is defense, so like the other teams aren't fun to watch, and we can't score points. So there's just nothing exciting about it. It's like torture. And then I flip over to an NBA game, and it's like, oh my gosh, like this is just not even the same sport that we're playing.
yeah, it's when a team is like that where you're right, when it's bad offense and good defense, it's never fun to watch any of those games.
But anyway, I'm not like giving up on the season or anything yet. I'm still excited to go to every game.
Good.
And even if I am giving up on the season, I will still be excited to go to every game.
Yeah, it's still fun to go to games even when they're trash.
Because it's my favorite place in the world.
Yeah. VMI, this kid Devin Butler. This poor kid, we harassed this kid. My favorite is when we get to bench someone. This kid got benched because of us. Oh, it was so worth it.
Was there anything about him that you were
So he was just standing in a corner and would just stand there.
This is the guy.
Yeah, no, like we always pick a guy. VMI had like 4 guys that we were harping on. That might have been my most devious. We were so loud that game. I'm so excited. This Notre Dame game is gonna be insane. At least I hope. All right, we promised football. It's time to talk about football. It's Thanksgiving. It's what it's all about. We did not do too hot last week on the Wise picks.
No.
We're not gonna go game by game like we normally do on the Wise picks, since we went 1-6. We're gonna preview next week and talk about the picks when they come up. First week.
We can't be perfect every week.
No, we can't be perfect every week, and we were.
Yeah.
We've had some ups and downs.
Damn near
season.
close for the last 3 weeks.
Yeah, we've been pretty close last 3 weeks. We were due for a bad week, and
and that's okay. It happens.
In a week where one of us trusts the Chargers, one of us takes the over on a Arizona-Houston game. I mean,
that was ridiculous. They just stopped scoring.
I know.
It's 21-10 at halftime. Whatever.
And a week where you think the Giants, Washington won't get over 38. It's just not. It's one of those weeks, man. But it's okay.
That should have been an untouchable.
It's a fresh week. It's a brand new week. And the first game, we always start in Detroit when it comes to Thanksgiving. And the newly alive Green Bay Packers are facing the Detroit Lions. Packers-Chargers was one of my picks. No, because I have the Chargers favored. Chargers had this in the bag, as they always do in every game. And
heard that before.
Here it comes, the Quentin Johnson first-round pick. Perfect throw to him. And I'm watching there, and I'm like, these damn Chargers are going to screw me all game, but they're finally going to give me this gift on 4th and 10 or whatever the hell it was. A beautiful pass by Justin Herbert. I feel like we've said this so many times before. Right through the hands. Game's over. And my God, like I just stood there and I just sat there and I was like, who let me bet on the Chargers? Who let me pick? Who let me stake my reputation on these damn Chargers?
The funny thing is, I'm thinking like, oh, like you're right. I should have said something. I liked it too. I was looking at the picks and I was like, I might just take the Chargers, and I knew like I swore them off, so I
We've
couldn't bring
sworn them
myself to do
off
it. But when I saw
so
you
many
pick it,
times.
I was like, oh, I actually like that pick. Like I know it's the Chargers, but this Packers team is so trash and their season is shot. But yeah, that's just deja vu all over again. It's Groundhog's Day with this Chargers team. It's every week. Anytime you start to believe in them a little, I was all in. I was like, all right,
And
this
they
is the
had
year.
that game too. They
Made
had that game. They were up by 30.
Yeah, and that was the peak Chargering. Nothing's been that bad. But yeah, Staley's
How
fired.
does Brantley Staley
He
have a
might
job?
not even make the rest of the year. He's yelling at reporters. Herbert's throwing temper tantrums.
That was so funny. Let's talk about that report real quick. Yeah, I'm guessing a reporter asked, "Hey,
Like if he's gonna keep calling the
yeah, are you calling defensive
plays.
plays? I have full confidence
Basically,
in my ability to call defensive plays, and we're not going to be changing anything." It's like you just sound like you have.
Give him the Nick
You're the
Saban.
boss.
I'm not gonna. So quit asking.
Yeah. He literally said, "Quit. You don't have to ask that next week." Because the answer is going to be the same.
So he's definitely toast. Florio said that Belichick could be a possible replacement there. I don't know if you listened to that interview, but
bullshit. No way. No. I mean, I'm telling you, Bill Belichick is going to be the Patriots head coach next year. I'm tired of all these rumors every week.
Hope so.
I guess I hope so. Like, sure, why not? I just wanted to be the Pats coach until he retires. So,
yeah, fair.
Next week, Lions. Lions played the Bears last week in a very fun game.
Barely escaped that one.
They did barely.
They just find ways to win though. Like they don't, even in games where they don't look that great, they find ways to win.
Yeah, they do. And this game, I mean, it was the Bears were up early. It felt like, and then I don't know. They felt like they had the momentum for a while. They got it again in the third, and then the fourth quarter was just all Lions. Justin Fields and the Bears couldn't hold up. It was nice to see a Bears game where they didn't turn over the ball 1,000 times. Like that was nice. They did have a fumble, but they didn't have 5 interceptions. They didn't have, and Goff was the interception machine this game. I think his first 5 passes, 3 of them were picked.
They were bad. They were bad until there were like 4 minutes left in the game.
Yeah, and then it just
against a team like the Bears, you can afford to do that, and trust Jared Goff to go down twice, and they needed that stop on defense, which they got. And yeah, the Bears, like it's another one of those games, and they had a bunch last year where it's like, well, they looked all right, but they still lost, which helps the draft pick. But I think this is the last season you can do that.
Yeah, and it's
next season. Like
the real issue is you have, and it's the same thing that the Pats had the past 3 years. It's moral victories, is what we're talking about. And the issue with moral victories is you never know if your guy is the guy or not. Like, is Justin Fields the guy, or is it Justin Fields just able to win this or stay close in this type of game? Like, eventually we need to see Justin Fields pull out one of these games to realize that he is the guy. But if you're the Bears, why even gamble on another quarterback? Just get Marvin Harrison Jr. and try to get another guy in like the second or the third. There's so many quarterbacks in this draft. There's no point of trying to pick out which one's the best one and just have one fall to you.
But if you have the chance to take like the clear cut number 1, you gotta take that chance, right?
But do we have the clear cut still? Is it Drake May or is it Caleb Williams?
Caleb, isn't it?
I thought
we'll see what happens in the next few months.
Yeah, I agree, and I think we need the rest of the season to figure it out. But there's been a lot of Caleb Williams like crying, and they lose these games. I feel like they shouldn't lose, and
I don't know. Not great.
It's looking like Drake May might be going number 1, but I don't know. Still early. Still got a lot.
Well,
A lot of
Carolina's
football
not
to
anything special either.
go. Oh yeah, they're gonna get the number 1 pick from Carolina, so it doesn't matter what they do.
No, I meant North Carolina, like Drake May's team.
Oh yeah, that's true. They
Like
just
you
lost
said,
to them.
USC's losing all these
Yeah,
games.
yeah, that's a good
There's
point.
North Carolina.
Yeah, who knows? I guess we'll find out in the next couple weeks.
Hypothetical though, if the Bears were to trade Fields to take Caleb Williams, would you want him?
Would I want Fields? No,
Yeah.
no. I'd rather get the shiny new
No?
toy than some bum's broken toy.
What if you couldn't get it though? What if you're at 5 or 6?
So like the Pats are out on
What, JJ
May.
McCarthy?
They're out on May and Caleb in this
Yeah.
scenario. So my
You
options
have the
would be
chance to trade for
Penix,
Fields.
Fields, the
You
kid
don't
from
have to give up a
LSU.
first for Fields either.
Yeah, probably like a third, right?
Right? There's no way. Yeah.
Um,
I don't know. It depends on how he finishes the year.
and then so it would be between Penix, the kid from LSU,
Daniels.
JJ McCarthy, and like
You
Spencer.
don't want JJ McCarthy. I can guarantee you that.
Yeah, I mean, I saw some things and like I kind of liked the idea of JJ McCarthy, but from what you've told me, like I can't.
The fact that he is being mocked in the first round, I think is lunacy.
Well, it could be another.
But I don't know. Like
It could be another. What's his name? Mason Rudolph scenario, where he's projected first round.
Rudolph
the whole
was
time.
good though.
Yeah, but he still ended up being a third round
in college. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I see what you're saying.
How did we get on the quarterbacks?
Yeah, he will not.
Fields. That's why.
I don't know. Who cares?
Fields on the Pats. Okay. If I'm not getting the top 2, sure, I'll ride it with Fields. But like again, like would I rather? I mean, spend that third round pick on Rattler or some other guy? I don't know.
No.
Fine. All right. Sure. I'll take Fields. Packers Lions. It looks like it should be a good day, a good Thanksgiving day for Detroit. I still think these Packers
I hope
suck.
so.
Like I think the Chargers just charged.
Yeah, I don't think last week proves anything.
So I think the Packers take care of, or the Lions take care of business here, and end up getting a victory on Thanksgiving.
It'd be closer than we think, though. I don't know if I take 7.5.
7.5 is a lot of points. That's definitely a lot of points. A little 3.5 alt spread. I like it. That's my new. That's my new move. Is alt spread. We're not gonna do it on the Wise picks because that's way too complicated. But alt spreads are the new wave. Commanders, Cowboys, game 2 of Thanksgiving. Your game. Take the reins.
I don't know why I cared so much about their game last week, and I even said out loud before the game, I was like, it's hard to get up for this game because it's the Giants, and if they win, then congrats, they beat the Giants, but like their season's over anyway, so it's that point in the season. So I'm not excited about the game. I watch anyway. I still get mad. I turned the game off after Sam Howell's 7th interception. And then I'm checking the scores and I see that they're back within 5 and they're driving with like a minute left. And I'm like, okay, this is what Sam does. Turn it back on and within 30 seconds he throws another pick. I'm like, that just ruined my day. Like, why did I have to turn the game back on?
I know, and it was like to Isaiah Simmons too, which Isaiah Simmons hadn't done anything all year since the Cardinals trade.
Yeah.
It was like I barely even knew who.
And like Deontay Banks was like ripping the Commanders for not drafting him, even though he's been trashed this year. He's like, I'm 2-0 against your bitch ass franchise or whatever. And he's a Maryland guy. Like that's why he was mad. He wanted to stay in the area, I guess. So that hurt me a little bit because I was like, man, I wanted to like Deontay Banks. But yeah, Sam did not look good. Got shredded by Tommy DeVito, which I really am refusing to accept that happened. It was like immediately too. Like I think their first drive, they sacked him twice. He got sacked 5 times in the first quarter, and they were losing. and he was just throwing dimes to Barkley. It was like, I mean, they look like the greatest show on turf against their defense. It was so painful to watch.
Yeah,
So
he hit
this
the torch.
I could not be less excited about this. This is the least excited I've been for Commanders Cowboys Thanksgiving game.
What about plus 12.5?
No,
No.
I don't think so.
The
I
issue is
think
the
it's at least
Cowboys blow
14.
out teams. The Cowboys blow out teams when they win.
Yeah,
That's the issue.
and we have no O line. Dak Prescott's gonna have 30 seconds to throw every single snap. It's gonna be a boat racing.
So now the Commanders at 4 wins.
Parsons is gonna have like 12 sacks.
Commanders at 4 wins, and
I
looking
was
ahead.
I was looking at our schedule for the season, and I was looking at the teams that we beat. I'm like, how did I ever convince myself that they were gonna be good? Because I remember looking back and be like, man, if they were just to beat the Bears and the Giants, like they'd be a playoff team. And I'm looking at the teams that we beat, and it's the freaking Cardinals and the Falcons, the Broncos earlier in the season,
You lost. Oh,
and
no,
the
never mind. You guys
Pats.
won. Yeah, you won. And the Pats.
And it's like, and then I'm looking like, oh, how did they lose to the Bears and the Giants? Like, we are the Bears and the Giants. We're that bad. We're on that level. So I had that realization, which was relieving, I think. Because like
Yeah.
now I really expect nothing,
Yeah.
and I'm like, I've accepted how bad they are.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah.
The
But
issue is you
it's
started 2-0.
I want to watch. Right, yeah. And I never recovered from that.
And coming
It
up
took 2
ahead,
Giants losses.
it's it doesn't get better. Cowboys, Dolphins,
No, it gets way
Rams,
worse.
Jets. Even I
Niners,
mean, Jets at
Jets.
this point, it could be like I don't think it's gonna happen.
Oh,
But
that'll be Tim Boyle's like coming out game.
or it's gonna be Rodgers. It's gonna be like, yeah, I'll play against this shitty defense. Then the Niners, and then you ended up again at the Cowboys. You guys are lucky to get one more win in the season.
I saw our win total the rest of the season. It's 5.5. And I'm like, wow, that's so low. That's crazy. And then it's like, no, it's
No.
really not. Like they're lucky to have 4 wins. They could have easily lost to the Cardinals and the Falcons and the Pats.
The Pats,
And the
the Pats were
Broncos,
driving.
yeah.
The Pats were driving, and they just
Yeah, the Pats were driving. The Cardinals had the ball like 3 times in the fourth quarter with a chance to win. Atlanta, they only lost because Ritter threw 3 picks.
And if you play the
The only
Broncos
game they
again,
won convincingly,
they win.
Oh, if they play the Broncos this week, they get smoked.
Yeah, they get rattled.
Broncos, they were up 2 scores at the end and then gave up the Hail Mary. So even that one, it's like, I wish they would have lost.
So
that's where I'm at. I'm ready for next year. I'm ready for the draft.
Last week you were still in on
Ready
is Howell still the guy? Or is he just a guy?
I feel like a moron. I think he's a guy. I think he's a guy. Because, yeah, I don't know if he still leads the league in passing, but he did going into last week, which is something. It's not nothing.
No, it's
he's
a lot, yeah.
Like 25th in QBR.
He throws it 45 times a game,
They throw the ball more than any other team in the league. They have weapons, and the sacks have gotten better. But I don't know. You're gonna have every quarterback's gonna have bad game. I'm trying not to overreact too much.
No, I still think Sam is good. Yeah, I was gonna say I still think Sam is good.
But yeah, he's a guy. And unless they're in the top 3 of the draft, which would be virtually impossible, they're not. I don't think they're gonna take a quarterback, which is fine.
Cowboys. The only thing I want to mention with the Cowboys, because they completely boat raced the Panthers last week. They have a player who has 4 pick sixes. Deron Bland.
Yeah, that is
4 pick sixes. Stat. I think that beats any.
4 interceptions is a lot.
Yeah, so 4 pick sixes is insane.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think a Commanders player has even close to 4 picks.
I don't think a Patriots receiver has 4 touchdowns. Like, I swear to God. I
don't know if a Commanders receiver has 4 touchdowns.
I don't think a Patriots receiver has 4 touchdowns. I'm going to look it up.
I mean, the Chiefs went a whole year without a wide receiver touchdown.
Oh, I'm not even talking about wide receiver. I don't even think they have 4 rushing touchdowns. see what it is.
See.
Oh,
Touchdowns.
15 touchdowns on the year.
Dotson has 4 touchdowns.
15 touchdowns on the year. It's week 11. Week 11.
Yeah, that's pretty shocking.
Their opponents have scored 25
Sanders
touchdowns a year. Ugh. Let's see. Any
8 plus 18, 26.
The leader of we have one player with 4 receiving touchdowns, and then we have one. Our highest rushing touchdowns is 3.
Who has 4?
Kendrick Bourne, actually.
Zicky?
No, Kendrick Bourne.
Huh?
Kendrick Bourne still leads the team in yards, catches, and touchdowns, and he hasn't played in 2 weeks. And this is also the guy that Matt Patricia.
E-Chain is like a.
Go ahead.
E-Chain's like a top 20 fan running back, even though he's played 3 games.
Yeah, it's insane.
It's nuts.
Kendrick Bourne, just so people are keeping track at home, is the guy that Matt Patricia decided not to play last year at all, because he was late to a meeting, I think, in the preseason.
Mm-hmm. The Patriot way.
Patriot way, man.
Remember how after week 3 or week 2, I was like, isn't it weird how my football team is not terrible and yours is terrible?
And they were both terrible.
We're converging.
Yeah,
we've converged. And I beat you, but it wasn't pretty. And
at what cost?
Frankly, I wouldn't have cared.
Yeah, at what cost?
So yeah, I'm back under because you have the better basketball team too in both leagues.
Oh,
I guess football. I think Maryland's better, but
I don't know. I don't know either.
It's not a competition.
I have no. I'm so on the football side of Gamecocks. I stayed the whole Kentucky game, and that was a terrible game. We won 17-14, I think. But it was exciting being there the whole time, and it was fun to be at the game the whole time. But God, is our team so hard to watch. The team is so hard to watch play football. So many stupid mistakes, and they don't feel like they're ever ready for a game. It feels like it takes them 3 quarters every game to get ready.
Oh, we got in our first 2 drives. There was a fumble recovered for a touchdown and a block punt for a safety. And in the blink of an eye, it was 16-3.
Niners
but
Seahawks.
We actually came back and made it interesting.
Yeah, that was against Michigan, right?
Yeah, it was actually a lot of fun. Heartbreaking at the end, but it was a good
time. Niners Seahawks, just to stay on the NFL track. Last game of Thanksgiving. A fun game to end Thanksgiving off because these games are always weird and random and wild. The Niners last week, they beat up on the Bucks. They didn't go over though. Of course not.
Brutal. They were so close.
They were so close.
For so long.
And yeah, I know they were so close for so long. I just did not score in the 4th. Brock, he heard our QB rankings and made his resume to get back up there. So this was a great game by Brock. He missed 4 passes, had 3 touchdowns, and 333 yards. McCaffrey, of course, had a good game.
Perfect passer rating.
Didn't get a touchdown from McCaffrey. So can't start the streak this game. Yeah, I mean Niners are good. Niners are great. Buccaneers they are who we are.
Is Geno gonna play this week?
Yeah, I don't know what is up with that.
It doesn't seem great. It seems like even if he does, he's not gonna be 100%. So that makes this game a little less exciting, but who knows?
Drew Lock's exciting. I could get behind Drew Lock. Not for a season.
He's a guy.
Not for a season, but for a Thursday, for one Thanksgiving
Thursday
game.
night, yeah.
Yeah, for one.
That's true.
Game, I'm down.
Hasn't him munching on a turkey leg for beating the Niners.
I could see that. I could
totally see it.
Yeah.
Be given Sunday.
Yesterday, it seemed that Geno Smith returned to practice, but was limited. But he looked good, according to the Seattle Times.
Is he going to look good against Chase Young and Nick Bosa though?
Yeah, that's the issue. And I don't like when Gino gets rattled. It
What
just
happens when he
makes
gets
me.
hit?
That's what I'm saying. I just think he becomes a pumpkin when he gets like that. So I'm really I'm kind of concerned about that. The
Yeah.
Seahawks
He's like a
uniform
guy where
matchup.
everything needs to be going
Yeah,
right.
yeah, everything needs to be going great for all 40 minutes, or else they're not going to win that game. The Niners are going to be wearing their throwback uniforms, which are one of the best in the NFL. The big red letters in the middle. And then the Seahawks, bring out your sunglasses. They're breaking out their action green, neon green, full.
Oh no, they're
Yes,
not wearing their throwbacks.
great matchup.
Oh.
So they're wearing the blue helmets. I don't know if those are from the throwbacks or not. They might just be from their normal helmets, but
The throwbacks have gray helmets.
yeah, they got the gray cool ones that have like the
Yeah,
Seahawk that looks like a Native American Seahawk. Those are so cool. Yeah, no, these neon uniforms have always sucked. I don't know why they're wearing them.
Yeah, I don't. Who does like them?
I don't know
I guess
because
they
I
do.
remember even Jerry, our Seattle friend, didn't like them in high school.
It's like youth football.
Yeah, it's weird. Last game the Rams won. They won 17-16. They had a fourth quarter just resurgence. They had nothing all game pretty much, and then
Stafford.
touchdown that they needed. Did you see Tariq Woolen go up to Carson Wentz after the game?
No.
He was like
What happened?
he came up to, so Tariq Woolen, the corner on the Seahawks, met Carson Wentz after the game, and he's like, "Man, I didn't think you'd be this big in person." And he's like, "You're a legend, man. Like, I love seeing you play." So like, we were talking about the locker room with Wentz. Like this guy, did he pay Tariq Woolen to say this? Is this just like a PR stunt for Carson Wentz? Like that was basically like,
Wentz had one good year.
I know. This is like his PR, like, hey, Browns or not Browns, but because I guess they signed Joe Flacco, but Bengals, come and get me. But I guess he just signed with the Rams.
Wentz on the Bengals, he just looked like Andy Dalton. Worse.
It would be incredible. I want Wentz to start because there's too many bad quarterbacks that Wentz shouldn't be on the bench.
Yeah, I just want somebody else to go through that.
Oh yeah, and I just want to see his goofy giraffe,
spiteful fan
looking QB ass walking around. Like that's what I want. Just him running around in the pocket, getting sacked a million times. Like that's what I want to see.
Throwing the worst interceptions you've ever seen.
Yeah.
Like just the brain melt moments.
Mm-hmm. So
he's the best.
Now we're gearing up on the Niners, right? I think the mortgage has
to be. If Gino was healthy, I would like the Seahawks in this game. I think.
With the
I'm not going to get behind Drew Lock or a injured.
And the neon's just going to throw this whole thing into a wrench. Who knows what's going to happen in this game?
I feel like they win in the neon though.
I would love to see.
I could be wrong.
Seahawks.
There's definitely someone who tracks.
All right, Seahawks record when wearing all green. They're 7-1.
7-1.
All green.
Wait, and this doesn't even include the game from last year, so they're 8-1.
Yeah, I was just gonna say. Nice.
No.
Nice. God, I'm looking at the articles after I look it up. I'm guessing you're looking at the same thing, and it just says, "This is from 2021, an impressive 7-0 record from 4 years ago, an impressive 4-0 record." Then it's like 2-0, and it's funny. All right, so who knows? All right, that's a stay away. Niners Seahawks, I think, are guaranteed stay away, anyways. But that's it. First ever.
I think under 44.
Yeah, I like that. I see a very similar game to this Bucks game, like 27-14.
I could see that.
First ever Black Friday game. I can't believe the NFL hasn't thought of this earlier. Just why not take over the whole week?
I mean, college football used to run Black Friday. Iowa, Nebraska.
Yeah, but you see any NFL team and casual fans are going to pick that over any college football.
Yeah, no, I know.
This is going to be Tim
TCU,
Boyle.
Oklahoma.
Tim Boyle versus
Texas
Dolphins.
Tech. Some good games.
Do we need to preview much of this game? I mean, Tim Boyle is facing the Dolphins.
I am curious to see what he looks like. Like,
has
it really been Zach Wilson?
He got drafted.
Like, I knew Tim Boyle probably sucks, so.
He got drafted out of UConn after going a season, 1 touchdown and 13 picks. How do you get drafted like that?
I don't understand. I remember that coming up when he started that game for the Lions.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, how is this dude still in the league? Like, he must lose his dad.
That's what I'm saying. He's got to know someone. And, well, the fact that he was Rodgers' backup in Green Bay for like 5 years, that's definitely keeping him a job in the Jets.
Yes.
I don't know.
Yeah, let's see. UConn.
You have a good point, though. It will be exciting to see the Jets just with a different quarterback, whether it's Zach Wilson, like just with someone new out there to see if it was all Zach Wilson. I saw articles about Zach Wilson, like he's now in the Mount Rushmore of busts. He's just this kid. And I remember I was feeling bad for him at the beginning of the season before he actually played decent and then played terrible again. And this kid is just getting like he just stinks, and he's getting screwed because he's in the national media. He's in the Jets.
In the worst possible situation. Did you see Rodgers was like, yeah, I felt guilty that Zach Wilson sucks so bad because he was supposed to learn from me this year or something like that. I was like, shut up, dude.
I feel guilty too, honestly.
That is true, but you're not the one to say it.
Yeah, that's true. Bucks Colts.
Tim Boyle was undrafted. Just
he was undrafted.
Throw that out there.
Okay,
nobody drafted him with that.
All right, that's good.
Stats.
That makes me feel better. Colts, Buccaneers. This is a game that's happening on Sunday at 1. Feel free to watch it if you want. That's kind of what I have on it. Darius Leonard got cut. Colts are just clearing up cap space, I guess.
Close Shaq.
Yeah, but I think that's what he goes by, but I think his real name is Darius.
Wait, that's the same person?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, yeah. That's wow. That's shocking. I knew that.
So he went.
Now I feel like a casual.
He just went through waivers, and so no one picked him up. So it screams like he's going to be an Eagle because no one picked him up, and that seems like how the
Cowboys,
NFL
Eagles, Broncos.
He's not going to Broncos,
headlines, but
I'll tell you right
from
now,
the Broncos fan-sided site.
Yeah, if he wants to go to a team that he's going to win a Super Bowl, then he's going to go to the Eagles. Really, like why not? Like all these guys that get cut and clear waivers go through the Eagles. Like why not, man? And honestly, if he wants a little more challenge, I feel like the Ravens could use him. The Chiefs could. I mean, the Chiefs could always use him. Any of these contending teams. I think he's a great player. Any of these contending teams. So the fact that he's just a free agent right now is pretty crazy. But that's just how business works in the NFL.
Yeah, that's really weird. Oh, what was the reason for it?
I think there was just a clear, hopefully someone would pick up his waiver claim and take the cap hit. I guess they have nothing to play for, so it's not like they want to win. But he's a former Defensive Player of the Year. It's pretty crazy that he's just cut mid-season.
Yeah, it is weird.
Pats Giants, must lose game for the Pats. I will be watching every second of this game to ensure that they lose. This has to be Mac Jones.
There's no way DeVito looks that good again. It's impossible.
They need to start Mac Jones this game. He is our greatest weapon, and he needs to play. I saw some things. It was Will Greer said, if they give me an opportunity to play, I'm gonna win the game. And I saw that quote and I commented on Twitter and I was like, don't give him the opportunity. Do not give him the opportunity to play. Because he's right. He'll win this game. I feel like he's probably the best quarterback out of all these guys somehow. And
But he's not the guy.
no, he's not the guy. The guy is when we lose and we're 2-9. That's the guy.
It is so weird to think about the Patriots being at the top of the draft.
I've never had it in my life.
Caleb Williams.
I know.
Player.
And
it's exciting.
It is exciting. I've never wanted to lose a game of football more in my life. And like what I'm worried about is that the most Pats thing to do is to win this game.
Yeah.
Yeah. They probably have a pretty shit schedule left. Yeah, the Giants, Chargers. I mean, they're facing the Chiefs, Broncos, Bills, Jets. I guess the Jets. The Jets. I want that to be a win, just because I don't want the Jets to beat us. I want us to end 3-14 with that Jets win being the last win. That's what I need. But like, I could see Belichick just ripping the Chargers. We score like 50 against the Chargers with like Malik Cunningham. Steelers, I just hope they find a way to win that game. They always do. And then the rest can hopefully be a chalk loss until the Jets come around. Bengals, Steelers, amazing game until last week. Burrow's out for the rest of the year. This team's done.
Yeah, this is a dumper of a game.
What was nice is we needed a team in the AFC to just be done, so we know they were out. And Bengals had a team. Congratulations, you won.
As you're celebrating injuries now.
I'm not celebrating anything. I'm just saying it's easier for us as an analysis and analyzers. What I don't know.
That's true.
To
analysts.
Analysts, yeah.
We're not analysts.
We analyze. We dissect. Have you seen the description of this pod? We dissect.
Our analysis is stronger than the coffee.
See? God, dude,
read the description if you haven't yet.
Yeah, I wanted that to be known. If I'm sure no one's probably read the description of any of ours, but like, please read the description of this episode. It'll fire you up, make you run through a brick wall. How many shitty games are we getting this week? Because the Panthers.
Yeah,
Titans
I noticed
are
that
up
earlier.
next.
It's a lot.
Saints, Falcons, garbage. I mean, that's actually for.
It's deceiving because all these games have close spreads.
It's because like, both bad.
The 1 o'clock games. There's not a game with a higher than 3.5, but they're all bad. Like Saints Falcons might be the best game of the 1 o'clock hour.
Well, it's Jags,
Texans. Jags Texans.
Yeah, it's
we
Jags,
left that
Texans.
one. Okay. Yeah. That's a good one.
That is a good game. The Jags. I ate
that's
my
like
words.
That's just
Jags.
like a watch that one and.
Yeah, it might not even be a red zone day. It might just be a watch Jags Texans. Well, besides my TV that will have Pats Giants. Giants Pats will be up. I'll be watching every minute. The Jags just took my words and shoved them in my mouth. I thought they were leaning towards fraud territory. They still might be because they still haven't beaten a good team. And I thought they'd keep it close against the Titans. Like they keep it close against all these other bad teams, and of course they blow out the Titans. Their offense started to look like it's back. I feel like I said this like 2 weeks ago, and then they had a slump again. So who knows?
Oh yeah,
that
they had to play the Niners.
Yeah, the Niners have just screwed me up. I really chalked this whole thing up because of the Niners.
Just too fantastic.
They're playing the Texans. The Jags are playing the Texans, who had a surprisingly close game against the Cardinals. A game where C.J. Stroud wasn't perfect. He had 3 interceptions.
They blew up at the end, the whole second half.
Yeah, the Cardinals, you mean?
No, the Texans. I mean, I guess both teams sucked in the second half, but
yeah, both teams are terrible.
This was a 21-10 game going into half. Texans, it was just up and down the field, moved the ball, and then fell apart. But luckily, their defense did enough to get the win.
Which is surprising enough because it's the Texans' defense, but it's also, I guess, it's least surprising because it's Kyler Murray's second game. So, like, yeah, that makes sense. Kyler Murray's still fun. I wish he scored in the second. I mean, I know they scored 6 points, but I wish they got some more points in the second half. Looked a little better.
Yeah, so do I.
Wasn't a good week for us, Chris. It's okay.
It was not.
Saints Falcons.
Yeah, I think I like the Jags in that game though.
That's a stay away for me. That's an enjoy at home and don't put any money on it.
Yeah, fair.
Saints Falcons, another one I don't want to put any money on. They're back to Ritter. Snip, snap, snip, snap. When does this ever work?
Not a good formula.
No, when does this ever work?
It never does. You can't bet on them or against them because they're playing the Saints. This is another stay away. Are we going to pick any games this week? I don't know how you feel about this, but the Saints are a hard stay away for me.
This is how I've been every week.
On the list.
All these spreads are like 1-point spreads. What am I supposed to do with this? Vegas doesn't even know what to do with it. So how should I know what to do?
And how are the Steelers only a 1-point favorite against the Bengals, who have freaking Jake Browning at quarterback?
Because they can't blow out anyone.
Like, depressing that is.
They fired Matt Canada, so it'll be interesting to see if that helps at all. All the Steelers fans had him as the culprit, so it should be.
Yeah, Pickett's next.
Yeah, Pickett is next. He sucks. It sucks.
Yeah, he's not very good. Hands.
You said tiny hands. That's the issue. All right. Next up, Rams Cardinals. Interesting game. I think at least it's a little bit more fun than a lot of these 1:00 games. Anything but,
first time the Cardinals are favored?
Ooh.
I'd be right.
Yeah, probably. Unless, who'd they win Kyler Murray's return? Were they favored against the Seahawks? Or not the Seahawks, Falcons.
Oh.
Falcons.
Yeah. No, they were underdogs.
Okay.
That was a wise bowl.
Yeah, it was. Rams at the Cardinals. Gotta see, Matthew Stafford is every other week for this guy. He's good. I don't think the Cardinals defense has enough to stop if Matthew Stafford is right.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like this game either, though. I can just see Kyler Murray running around. Just running around.
I think them coming off a loss and the Rams coming off a win, without thinking any more into it, I think that's enough for me to take the Cardinals. I don't love it. Definitely don't love it. But I think if I'm just going to be stubborn and stick to, I think works, that's I would make.
Fair enough. Okay. Browns Broncos. God, if the Browns had a quarterback, they'd be the best team in the league. I swear. Best team in the league.
I don't know.
So the Broncos have looked good the past
5 games.
5 games. They started 0-5 and they beat the Bears. So
they were
1-4 and now they're 5-5.
1-4. They've won 4 in a row, not 5 in a row.
They're going up against a red hot defense that has no offense whatsoever. They can't move the ball, man.
36 points. That's too many, right?
Oh.
That's an under.
Yeah, that's a lot. Right. Dorian Thompson-Robinson threw it 43 times and had 165 passing yards.
That's not great.
I like the Broncos. I like the Broncos here. I think Russ.
They hot. These teams are tough because they both have just been finding ways to win. Ugly games. All the Broncos wins are gross. That Sunday night game was exciting, but gross.
It was still gross.
Browns.
Chiefs Bills, or not Chiefs Bills. Bills Eagles. What's the spread on this?
3.5.
That's ridiculous. That is ridiculous.
Why?
Why are the Eagles favored by 3.5? They should be favored by 7.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant the other way.
No, they should be favored by
So
7.
3.5 in Philly. You're basically saying these two teams are equal.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That's wild.
Yeah. You're saying
And
that the
it
Eagles
almost
are
makes me
half a
lean
point
the
better.
Bills, but I don't trust the Bills.
No, I don't trust. No. Don't think too heavy about this one.
Okay.
The Bills.
I'd like to alt spread this one. Get that half point.
Yeah, I love the alt spread on this one. I like alt spread Eagles -7. That's what I like. Give me alt spread like Eagles -11 even. Like this the Bills are not.
But they don't blow.
Okay, that is a good point. They don't blow teams
And
out.
I'm not dissing on the Eagles at all. Like,
no, you're right. They haven't blown a team out at all.
People like complain about them not looking good when they win games, yet they're 9-1. I don't care about that. I just don't blow people out.
All I have to say is the Eagles just beat the Chiefs by 3.5 points.
Cowboys by 5. Tried to lose that game. Yeah, I guess they would have. They've covered against in every game. They've covered 3.5, except for the Commanders game, and the game they lost, of course.
It's a joke line. Absolute joke line. Also, why?
Do
is
you
that
think just
game?
set it and forget it? Don't think about it.
Yeah. I think that's a.
Okay.
What about the Chiefs Raiders spread? That could be interesting. Chiefs just lost.
8.5's a lot of points. This offense doesn't look good.
Is 8.5? Man.
Yeah, a lot.
That is a lot.
Even against Aiden O'Connell. But their defense looks good too. Like I feel like they could win this game like 20-6.
I mean, they can score. Yeah, the Raiders can't score either. And you're right. They could score 20 points and cover 8.5 easily.
Yeah. But I don't love it.
No, neither do I. Ravens Chargers. Ravens. God, man. Oh, I guess they beat the Bengals, but I guess this was last week that I was talking about with the Browns. But like, I just look at that Browns game and I'm like, is this what we're gonna see in January? I'm not worried about this Chargers game whatsoever, but I'm just worried. Like, is this the type of game we're gonna see in January?
Yeah, it's possible. Very possible.
Sunday night, Ravens should wear black for Brandon Staley's funeral. Chargers should wear black for Brandon Staley's funeral. He doesn't have a job by Monday morning. I mean, I've been saying. I mean, to be fair, that's been the case for like almost 2 years. It feels like that. This is like Brandon Staley's last game.
No, he should have been fired after the playoff game.
Or the Raiders game.
A fireball offense. Raiders game 2 years ago?
Yeah, where they could have tied and he called a timeout and the Raiders were like, all right, screw you guys, and just kicked in. Remember that genius move by Brandon Stanley? My favorite new
That was like the Steeler fans were going to go into a meltdown, right?
Yes.
Because if they tied, then they weren't
Yep.
that was
my favorite Ghetto Gronk and NFL memes and all. They all post the same stuff, but it's my favorite like new meme is every time the Chargers lose, it's the Brandon Staley in the locker room, and he's like, "Did we expect anything different to happen? I didn't think so." And it's just like that's just every time they lose, and that'll be posted at midnight on Sunday night. So right after this game.
Yep. He's gonna hop in his car and just drive right back to his parents' house. I need some mama time.
I was gonna say he needs to. Yeah. Bears Vikings Sunday night. Whatever, man.
You don't like this?
No, it could be fun. I like Dobbs. I like
Fields.
Be. Yeah, okay. Dobbs and Fields running around.
This could be okay. This is an initial. Yeah, it's a scoff initially, and then when you think about it, it's like okay, live with that.
Is this a worse game if Kirk Cousins is playing? Like I think it is because I think the Vikings.
I'd rather see Dobbs.
Yeah, I'd rather see Dobbs because I think the Vikings with Kirk Cousins probably just.
Dobbs is fun to watch, just like move around the pocket. Also,
I feel like he's a fun, just exciting player to watch because you don't know if he's gonna run or pass, and he kind of seems like he makes the right decision 95% of the time.
All right. Do you remember me saying on the podcast that Dobbs should get another chance?
Yeah, when he was back on the Steelers.
This was like a while ago.
Yeah, when he was on the Steelers.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure that.
Yeah, because they were playing Devin Hodges over him, the fucking duck collar.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that. And Riley, I shouted out earlier in the pod.
Long-time Dobbs supporter.
Riley sent me a picture of him and Mr. Dobbs back in Tennessee, and it's Riley's probably like.
Oh, really?
Riley's probably like, I don't know, 12 years old. But it's so he's like, I had to bring this one back out for the books. Yeah, there you go. There you go. With that being said, as much as this Bears story could be fun to see a win on Sunday night, let's get Dobbs back in the win column. I don't want the story to die out. Not yet.
Yeah. No, I don't either. It's going to at some point, but I'm enjoying it.
All right, Chris. That is our main course for this podcast. We had a little appetizer too, which is a little men's basketball appetizer. Now for the dessert. Something we haven't done in a long time. When was the last time we did top 5, Chris?
Before football season?
Yeah, it had to be before football
we did a top 32 last week, if that counts.
That's true. Today, as a kind of a tradition at this point, would be
yeah, I feel like we do it every year.
Wise picks. Not wise picks. Sorry, I was looking at the spreadsheet. Top 5 of our Thanksgiving dishes. And Chris, go ahead with number 1.
Oh, thank you. I think this is an interesting one because if you were to go back and listen to every top 5 Thanksgiving that we've done before, I think you would see my evolution in
your
what
maturity.
I enjoyed the most. And number 1 for me is going to be stuffing. And it's one that I remember we talked about a couple years ago.
Mm-hmm.
I was just like, I'm just not a huge stuffing fan. It's firmly my number 1 now. And maybe it's just because you never have it outside of Thanksgiving.
Mm-hmm.
But like there have been times last year where it would just be at the dining hall. Stuff. Let's go. And it's just the best. It was like 3 days Thanksgiving and a couple of days after didn't get to eat it. It's the best. I love it.
This is a great point that you make on this podcast because stuffing was not on our list our first year. It was our consensus number 1 last year after growing up, and it is back-to-back consensus number 1. Back-to-back consensus number 1. Of course, that can't be my number 1 pick because of the rules and regulations, which some people on Instagram don't understand the rules that we can't pick the same things. They like I'll get like DMs and stuff. It's like, oh, like you why couldn't you pick that? Well, because Chris picked it. Anyways, I also
it's a competition. We can't have the same things.
Yeah, exactly. My number 1 is also stuffing, but I guess I gotta ride with number 2, getting in the slot, the starting role, mashed potatoes and gravy.
Yeah.
Put them hand in hand. We had a discussion earlier today if gravy was its own category.
Wait, so you said gravy could be on its own?
I said it could. It could be on its own.
Okay. All right.
But for this pick, I can't have the mash without the gravy. And Thanksgiving gravy, it doesn't.
Yeah, that's.
And like, I think what does it specifically for Thanksgiving too is normal. Like, I know mash and gravy is a common side for all year round, but not for me. I normally really just have the gravy Christmas and Thanksgiving. Yeah, Christmas, Thanksgiving. Mm-hmm. So when I get that mash and gravy, mix some corn in it, mix all the vegetables on the side in it, absolutely love it.
I think you got to chill a little bit with the vegetables in that mixture, but I'm not. I like certain things mixed together. Like I'll mix the meat, potatoes, the gravy, and the stuffing. That's all fine. Mm-hmm. But I don't do vegetables with other stuff.
You won't throw the corn in there?
Ooh.
Corn, you're just adding some texture to the mashed potatoes.
I like corn in like Chipotle bowls. Not with, and I'm sure it'd be fine. it's just not appealing to me for whatever reason.
That's fair. I bet you wouldn't even notice
But
it.
probably not.
Number
But
two.
yeah, it's a reliable. If we were to go back and do like top 5 reliable things, mashed potatoes and gravy. Every year is there for you. My number 2 is sweet rolls, which are usually eaten the morning of Thanksgiving.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out my Aunt Margie. She makes the best sweet rolls. First ones that I've ever had. Those things are like crack. They're so good. I don't know if we're thinking of the same things necessarily, but it's like describe it. It's almost like a muffin. It's like
Is it like a glazed Hawaiian roll? Or like a sugary Hawaiian roll?
not really. There's something on the inside, like a marshmallow or something on the inside, maybe.
Oh.
I don't know what it is.
Call them sweet rolls?
Sweet rolls, yeah. I don't know. Like when I Google, just like cinnamon rolls basically come up. You just gotta trust me on this one.
All right. Is it?
They're similar to cinnamon rolls.
Got it. That's what I was thinking of, like a cinnamon roll type deal.
Mhm.
Okay. Yeah. I'm figuring out what you're getting at. I like it. I think that's a good starter for Thanksgiving. You know, you want to like
Yeah,
you know you're
parade's
getting
on.
yeah, and you know that if you're just gonna get some protein and all your healthy stuff later. So start off with something sweet.
Mhm. Yep.
I like it. Speaking of the parade, South Carolina band will be playing in the St. Patrick's Day or not Thanksgiving Day parade.
Why?
No idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, no idea. But good for them. It's the first time they've ever been able to do that, so that's cool.
Good for them.
All right, my number 2, cranberry sauce.
I'm gonna give it a shot this year because
Yeah.
I had the gobbler at Wawa.
Oh, the gobbler.
And I loved it. I hadn't had the gobbler before.
I love the gobbler. Absolutely fantastic.
But the cranberry sauce on the gobbler was very good.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna give it a shot. Because usually I don't. Or I'll take a little bite on this. I just don't think I've been using it right.
Does your family
So,
have?
You'll catch me next year. It'll be like evolution.
Yeah. It'll make maybe make the list. Does your family do the can or does it do like the real cranberry sauce?
We've had both.
Okay.
I don't know what we'll have this year. I remember a year where we had both.
Okay.
One bowl of like the
Yeah.
nice homemade, and then one roll of just the.
That's
the
what I
Jell-O
like. I just like the Jell-O.
thing. I know.
Yeah, just slap that shit on. Like middle of my Thanksgiving dinner, I need a little white plate with just sitting on it, just the gelatin just jiggling on top.
You don't put it on anything. You just eat it.
Oh yeah, I just dip my fork in.
Yeah. See that I know that I don't like.
But have you tried it?
I've tried that.
Okay, all right.
Yes, I've tried it, but that's what I'm saying. Like I've tried a bite of it. If I put it on a roll with some turkey, then I'll like.
Okay, see, when it comes to the real stuff that I don't like, I think if I tried that, I would enjoy that.
Okay.
So we both got to try different versions of cranberry. Well, I
Yeah,
guess
that's
you just
right.
gotta-
We're broadening our horizons.
Yeah, yeah. That's what it's all about. Number 2, Chris. No, 3.
All right. What do I want? I had mashed potatoes and gravy, so my list took.
Oh, it took a hit. You
a
could say
hit
gravy.
there. Yeah. I can say gravy after you said mashed potatoes and gravy.
Yeah, I guess so. If you like putting the gravy as much as you do it over other things.
But you said gravy. This is why I asked, because I was gonna have mashed potatoes and gravy as one too.
And then okay,
Which I guess at this point it wouldn't matter
Yeah.
because you would have taken a number. Oh.
So let's just do it at that. Let's just sorry, your 2 picks are gone.
All right. I'm gonna take turkey.
All right.
And people hate on turkey, and it's like I feel like this is kind of a recent thing, or maybe it's just because I've been on social media more. But the amount of people that complain about not liking turkey, it's like don't know. I don't think you're doing it right. Like the gravy and the cranberry sauce are there for a reason.
Yeah,
If you complain about it being dry, then you're not utilizing your other options.
yeah.
And
All right, even if you don't
if
like
you're
the
like,
gravy in that, you could use the potatoes and use the stuffing to wetten it up.
yeah, right. And if you're gonna say, well, there's other things that I like more than turkey, it's like, okay, then why don't you just eat the same meal every single day your whole life?
Yeah, this is Thanksgiving we're talking about, people.
Yeah, it's a staple. Like,
Yeah.
eat it and be happy. And I like turkey. I do like. Yes, it's dry sometimes. If it's done right, then it doesn't have to be dry. And if it's dry, that's why you have the sauce to put on it. It also makes you tired, which is great for Thanksgiving. You just plop on the couch. You don't want to do anything. Rip the fan. It makes for great leftover sandwiches. So I'm kind of sick of the turkey hate.
I agree. I think the turkey hate is uncalled for, unwarranted, and it's putting a negative toll on this whole holiday.
Yeah, it is. It's like people don't respect Thanksgiving enough.
No, it's Halloween is over and it's Christmas time. No, there is a
Yeah,
holiday in
no.
between, one of great importance. Do people not respect America anymore?
Yeah.
Well, we know that's true. We know people don't
You
respect America anymore.
just eat your turkey and be happy about it for one day.
I know, suck it up for a day. Just for a day, eat that turkey. God. And if you
Like there's other
really
stuff
hate
on Thanksgiving
turkey,
that you don't eat the rest of the year.
yeah, I'm sure these guys aren't pulling out green bean casseroles every week.
Yeah. All right. Anyway, I just had to get that off my chest. It's been eating at me. Like, what are you gonna have? Like only
Someone,
ham? Like
someone
you
needs to
can have ham
defend.
on Thanksgiving, but you gotta have a turkey.
Someone needs to defend turkey and Thanksgiving, and that's gonna be us.
Yeah.
All right, my number 3. What I want to do here. I am gonna go with some mac and cheese. Which isn't fair because it's not really a Thanksgiving meal, but it's on the Thanksgiving plate. Hard to
Yeah.
palate.
So
Seems like it's pretty traditional with families. So,
yeah, I have realized this is another one that I've realized over the last couple years that a lot of families do mac and cheese on Thanksgiving.
mhm.
And I didn't grow up with that. We have
Okay.
had it before recently, but it wasn't like a consistent staple for me.
Mhm.
So when people started talking about mac and cheese on Thanksgiving, I got confused.
Yeah.
Because mac and cheese I have a lot.
Mhm.
I didn't realize that it was special for Thanksgiving. But realizing that, I love mac and cheese. So although it's not on my list, it is I respect it as an answer.
I think
If
the
it's like the
difference.
baked, like homemade
That's what I was
baked
gonna
mac and
say.
cheese.
The difference is on Thanksgiving, I'm not cooking it up in a microwave at 3 a.m. It's a real baked,
Craft single cups.
nice. Yo, I love those Kraft single cups, but it's a nice baked uh, mac and cheese. It's full. It's a whole nice dish, um, and that's what it's all about for me. I need to look nice as
Mhm.
well. You know, if it's gonna be part of the Thanksgiving meal, it
Mhm.
can't just be this cheap ass.
Yeah. Yeah, tough.
All right.
And now, like this year, I'm hoping there's mac and cheese.
Yeah. No, and
I'm gonna eat it if
and
it's
it
there. I
fits.
love it.
It fits perfectly with the rest of the roster.
It does.
It's
Yeah,
it's
it
a
really
perfect
does.
complement with the rest of the Thanksgiving roster.
Yeah, mac and cheese and mashed potatoes are a great combo.
Mm-hmm. There's a reason why they both sell in
But
Popeyes.
we must continue.
Yep.
I'm gonna go. This is number 4. I'm gonna go with sweet potatoes with the little marshmallow.
Oh yeah.
Sweet potato casserole, I guess.
Yeah.
Is that what
Yeah.
it's called?
I think
What a
anything.
casserole?
I think anything that's a
Basically sweet potatoes.
vegetable on Thanksgiving is counted as a casserole. It's like green beans, not green bean casserole.
Yeah. You gotta have the marshmallow in there though. I like sweet potatoes, but gotta have the marshmallow.
Well, that's what makes
to me,
that's what
that
makes it
means
Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. That's what makes it Thanksgiving is that the marshmallows in the.
Yeah.
Sweet
But
potato.
it's a perfect, like, I never have too much of it. It's usually just like a little section of my plate, and it's like it's almost like a little
Yeah.
dessert mixed in because
Mhm.
it's sweet. So
Mhm.
it's a great side character.
No complaints there. And for like a general, I don't really mess with sweet potatoes too much. I like sweet potatoes, but they're not my go-to. But on Thanksgiving, like, gotta have a sweet potato. All
Mhm,
right, next up. Am I on 4 now?
mhm.
Okay. I might be a bad. I mean, it's a bad pick. I'm heading to the dessert table. I'm grabbing a slice of
Okay.
apple pie.
Apple pie.
Apple
Okay.
pie. Yeah, no pumpkin. I'm not a big fan of pumpkin.
I'm not either, and I have it
I,
on my list, and I don't want to have it in my 5. And I actually just switched.
to ensure that it didn't get
I
there.
don't know if we usually have apple pie on Thanksgiving. The apple pie is so. I got in an argument with this about my girlfriend earlier. Apple pie is way better than pumpkin.
Oh, it is by far.
Way
Pumpkin
better.
pie is so overrated.
It really is. It's like there's just not that much to it.
That's what I was just about to say.
I hope my mother doesn't hear this because she made a pumpkin pie. I'm gonna eat it and I'm gonna enjoy it, but
You're gonna get down there after the pod and be like, this pumpkin pie, Mom. Man, what did you put in it this time? What did you put in it?
It's not my favorite. That's all. It's good. I like it.
Yeah, it's solid.
Just not my
It's
favorite.
not gonna lose you the game, but it's not gonna win you the game.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Apple pie can win you the game. That can
Oh, yeah.
solidify a dessert.
Yeah, apple pie is leading the 2-minute drill.
Yeah.
And you feel good about it.
Yeah.
Pumpkin pie, like,
Pumpkin pie is like Ron
I don't
Rivera
know, like
2
we
point.
play good defense. It doesn't turn the ball over.
Yeah, he's like Ron Rivera 2 point. It's like, all right, I don't know what we're gonna do here, but oh man. All right, what's up next? Your 5th spot.
I'm gonna go.
The pumpkin pie spot. The pumpkin pie spot.
Yeah, right. The replacement for pumpkin pie, and this is quite the upset here. But I'm gonna go simple. I'm just gonna take corn. I don't have any veggies on my list.
You were all right. You stole corn from me. In the last pick, you stole.
You can't have. You were gonna take corn?
Yes, I was gonna take corn, dude. You were just bitching about corn 20 minutes ago.
No, because you said you put it in your mashed potatoes. I didn't say I didn't eat it. I said
So
I like it on the side.
you would rather eat corn alone than eat it with your mashed potatoes?
I like corn.
I love corn.
Well, it should have been higher on your list.
Damn it! What a pick. Now I'm stuck with like green bean casserole, man. Dude, that just,
I'm not a huge green bean casserole guy.
it just ruined my draft. Corn was the sleeper. He was supposed to round out the crew. Oh man.
If I have all fatty things on here. I needed something.
All right. I love.
I needed a good defender.
Yeah, no, I need. All right, that's what I was thinking. Like, I need someone to round out this crew. And now, corn was the number 1 pick to round out this crew, but this is a 1B pick. I'm not gonna lie. Some good old carrots. You could
Roasted carrots. I had that.
you could bake the carrots. You could leave them raw if you want to. You could put in the stuffing, wherever you want to put the carrots.
But carrots are excellent.
Yeah. No, yeah, I'm down for any sort of
battle between that and corn.
Can't believe you stole corn from me. Cause I was ready to throw out
the buzzer too.
I know, I was ready to throw out corn on the cob, sliced corn, like you dice it up, you throw it in and you could throw it in anything on the dish. God, you could shove it in the turkey if you wanted to. I love corn. Can't believe you ruined that. That's a great way to end this. What a great way to end this pod.
We could negotiate a trade.
A trade? Corn for carrots and an honorable mention?
I want gravy.
No, you want gravy back?
No, I don't want your honorable mention.
No.
I want gravy back.
No, you're not getting the 2nd overall pick. Or 1st overall for me. I guess first for my team, second overall. You're not taking the second overall. Just not happening. You're like Matt
feel like
trying
we
to trade
usually
for Amon
disagree.
Ra. It's like I'll give you corn for Amon Ra, St. Brown.
I remember the one fantasy season. I think I really wanted Tyreek Hill on the team.
On
And
my
like
team?
every week I'd ask you about it. Yeah, I think it was you. Just like I'm not trading him. I was like, okay. And I remember you were like offering him up, and I freaked out.
I got to Matt
all year.
It was like week 4, and I was like, Matt, you gotta stop. I'm not giving up. Especially after Nick Chubb got injured, I was like, dude, this is my team. Like,
Yeah.
I need Amon Ra.
I hate when people do that. You're like, so what do you like think about trading this guy? And they're like, yeah, maybe. And then they like send an offer. It's for your best player. It's like that's
Yeah.
not how trades work.
Yeah.
Like I can trade any of my top 4 guys.
Yeah. Unless I'm
anyone.
getting a top 4 guy back.
Right. Yeah.
No.
Which
what
you rarely are.
my biggest
Getting,
fumble
like,
of the
third
year
quarterback.
was week 1. This kid Matt sends me Kyron Williams and someone else for freaking Kadarius Toney. It was a 2-for-1 for Kadarius Toney. A 2-for-1 for him.
Man.
But he was my goddamn league winner.
Week 1?
Yeah, dude,
Yeah,
because
he
Matt
was.
wanted them, and Matt's a Chiefs fan. And, oh God, my league
So
winner.
Matt just dropped NVS.
Yeah, he did just drop MVS.
Really?
I'm sure that wasn't hard for him. Yeah, I was gonna say, I'm sure that wasn't hard for him. All right, well, that was Thanksgiving. That was a meal right there. There's.
Oh yeah.
You got to be
That's a whole
feeling
spread.
pretty stuffed after this podcast. I hope you all enjoyed. And I mean, I love
Do you have
these
honorable
things.
mentions?
Oh yeah, I guess we could. I mean, we pretty much ran through.
I
all
just
the
had
dishes, but-
pumpkin pie and rolls, like regular dinner rolls.
Yeah, normal dinner rolls. Ham. We kind of already shout out ham earlier. Green bean casserole. I don't mind. I'll shout out green bean casserole.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's everything else. Seems like it's like
cranberry ginger ale. Not really dish, but
yeah. Cranberry Sprite.
like we have it every year.
Sprite cranberry. Let's get that on there.
You do ginger ale. Up with the stomach.
Yeah, help digest everything. Well, now that really does it. Thank you all for listening. Hope you all have a great Thanksgiving. Hope it's surrounded by loved ones if that's what you want, or if not, then hope it's with whoever you want. But we'll be watching a lot of football tomorrow, and Friday, and Saturday, and Sunday. We'll be gearing up for next Wednesday's pod. Thank you all for listening, and we'll see everyone then.